So this is the Maryland and Delaware beach area market update for September 2022. So what is the market doing? So I'm going to go over some stats, of course, straight from our MLS, but I'm going to give a few examples of what I'm seeing actually out there, helping buyers and sellers. So, right now, of course, inventory has come down. Days on the market are down as well. Units sold are up. And of course, you might have heard the interest rate has gone up to about a point. And what about pricing? Stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to talk a little bit more about pricing. So, hi, I'm Rich. I'm your Maryland, Delaware local realtor. And if you need to reach out for any reason, my contact information is going to be down below. Love to talk with you. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. And first, let's look at the interest rate right up on here. So looking at the interest rate here, I pulled up the Freddie Mac website here, and right now the 30-year fix is sitting at 6.7%. So that's up about a point since the last market update that I've done. So we all know that it's been predicted that interest rates are kind of creeping up. Obviously, so if you're buying, it's good to lock that rate in as soon as possible. So it's better to do it sooner than later. But that is your interest rate. So let's look at the market stats here. I like to look at the numbers and kind of compare them to the others. So I have Maryland on the left, Delaware on the right, as you can see. So days on the market, as I mentioned, have gone down. So that's for September. It's 23 days on the market average. Back in August, it was 24, which not a huge difference, and still selling pretty quickly. And on the Delaware side, we have average days on the market for September is 34, and that's down about a day from their August of 35 days. So moving on down to months of inventory, I like to look at this. Accumulation is 2.1 over on the Maryland side, which last in August, it was sitting at 2.4 months. So inventory has gone down. That was, you can kind of see the trend here. It was creeping up, which is still more inventory than what it was back about 4 or 5 months ago, but still very low. Same thing with Delaware side. It's 2.8 months worth of inventory versus last month we had, or August, it was about 3.5 months worth there. Moving on down to the sales price. So this is a question that I get a lot. Are prices coming down? And for here, right now, they are not. September, I call that our second selling season. There's always a spike in sales right after that Labor Day weekend. September coming into October. Usually mid-October, come towards the end, when we start to get towards November holidays, things start to pull back a little bit, slow down, which they normally do in any market. But you can see here, medium sales price on the Maryland side is $435,000, which is up from August, which was $412,500. And the units sold are up as well, 120 units versus 104 the previous month. So sales are up. So moving over to Delaware, the medium sales price is up, just like Maryland. It's $423,500 versus the previous month in August of $411,000. And there was 538 units sold versus the previous month, August, of 492 units sold. So sales are up on both sides, and so is the pricing for both of them as well. So what I've seen over this way too, just being out in the field, to talk a little bit about that, is buyer demand has spiked up. I just mentioned September brings that second selling season and get a little bit more action from buyers. And it seemed like a little bit more inventory was coming on the market, but the demand's so high that it gets eaten up pretty quick on there. So I'm still seeing multiple offers, especially on a lot of the waterfront property. I think I mentioned that in my last update. And heading a little bit west of the beach area, West Ocean City, Berlin, even if you're going over to like Wycomico County towards Salisbury, and the same thing with Delaware. Fenwick moving west, Selbyville, and so on, the buyer demand is actually high according to the MLS, which I'll show you a shot in here for both of those. And yeah, I just helped a buyer client purchase a direct oceanfront condo in Ocean City. There was multiple offers on that one, but we were fortunate enough we got the property, and the terms part of it is what we made as attractive as possible for it, and we did get it, so buyer's very happy. I do have a listing which is a little bit more of a unique listing. It is a mobile home, but in a very nice it's an RV campground park that has tons of amenities, pool, marina, and sports courts like pickleball, basketball. And it's secured, has a security gate, and it's very well taken care of, but it's a little older. It's older than 76, so it has to be a cash deal. So that one, we've been hitting about average days on market on that one, but it's taken a little bit longer than I anticipated, mainly because of, I think, the uniqueness of the mobile home, and it has to be a cash deal. Overall, things are still moving along pretty well. And I'd say if you're looking to sell or thinking of selling, of course, I would get out there sooner than later. Interest rates are, I think, putting some pressure on buyers. Every point that interest rate moves, it can lower purchase power about 10% for a buyer, so it knocks some buyers out. But for buyers, there are still some good deals out there. I think sellers are seeing that, activity had spiked up a little bit, but they're realizing that, those that are getting so aggressive with pricing and trying to, move with the market upwards, when they get too aggressive, those are the ones that I'm seeing, with the price reductions. And again, if you're looking to sell, I think what I've seen, the best way to price your property is to look at your comps, your competition, what's out there, but price it right at market value or a little bit below, and you'll get a little bit more activity, and you'll have the most opportune buyers seeing your property, and you'll sell quicker, and hopefully with multiple offers, because that's the best scenario for a seller. And the same thing on the flip side for a buyer. There are some properties that have been sitting a little longer than average days on the market, so there's an opportunity to get an offer in there and to be the only offer. So it's more leverage, more negotiating power on your side. Grab a great deal. Of course, it should be a good deal for the seller too, a win-win, and everybody's happy. If you have any questions and need any help, feel free, reach out to me here. My contact information is going to be down below. And of course, if this video has helped you out a little bit, show some love, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my content that I come out with every week. And of course, I'll see you on the next one.